And what about you? Okay, in this one, we're going to show you my top 5 homemade tools. And for avid watchers of the channel, well, you'll probably see there's probably more than 5 there. I don't know how many there are there, maybe 10 or something. But we'll go through them. I'll show you them one by one. There's a couple of mechanical type tools, bits of metal, and the rest of them are electrical. So we'll clear the bench away here for you, and we'll go through them one by one. We brief description, maybe give you a bit of inspiration. Right, so that's all that cleared away. We can actually see something now. So you may be seen this one before. This was a video done ages and ages ago, and this is a counter hold made out of inch angle there, as you can see. There's a couple of holes there drilled so you can move them about if you need to, and that is any angle at all, and that is my go-to favorite counter hold. And because there's a good bit of length on it, and you make it to whatever length you want, and that'll cost you what, a $5. And just to give you an idea, this one here is 500 mil long, so I must have got a meter length at that angle iron, and cut it in half, couple of holes, couple of bolts held in, and there's a wee notch out of it there so that it can go right down to small pulley wheels. And that is, I have 2 or 3 different manufactured counter holds, and this is by far the one I use. Okay, on to this next one. We're on to number 2 now, and what do you think this is? That is a big old spanner that I found somewhere. I don't know where I found it anyway, but that's for pulling CV joints out. So if you can't get a pry bar up in or whatever, and you can get this head in, and this is multi-angle, as you can see now. I added that wee right angle on the end of it there as another wee pry, but that's I was thinking that if you needed to get it that way, but I don't think I ever used that. But anyway, what you can also do is you take that bolt out and you put a slide hammer on it, and you can get it from the arch then, maybe get it to pop. But yeah, multi-angle, no notches in it, and dead simple, effective. Use that's pulled me out of a couple of holes, Right, we'll clear those away and on to the electrical stuff. So some of this stuff you may have seen on the channel before, but this is a wee recap, and so that is a pulse width modulator, and you may have seen me using that before, but in case people haven't seen it, and I'll just show you this again. Now, you can buy this on eBay. It's not really homemade, but the use of it is. So this can control anything with a motor in it that runs in 12 volts, and it's a pulse width modulator, so does what it exactly says in the tin. It's 12 volt. This is supposed to be able to take 2000 watts, but well, it'll run most motors on a car anyway, any actuators or anything like that. So any of the guys now, the boys in England will maybe know what I'm talking about here. Anybody that goes to the SDN Dirty Diesel weekend will see this wee box demonstrated, and it's where the guy takes control of a common rail diesel. He takes control of the pressure sensor, and he alters it, and he watches the IMV changing the diesel pressure, and that's what he's using. You buy that on eBay for about £7. So I'm gonna just do a wee quick demo and hook it up here. Right, anybody who works in a Volkswagen might know what that is, and that's been kicking about for a while, and have a video on that as well, by the way, how to change that. So that is connected to a 12 volt battery, which is down there on the floor, and here we go. This was very sticky. I had to free it up to do this wee demo here, so there's us controlling that with our modulator there. So there you go. As long as you know the pinout on that, you can use that for a variety of applications. That's just one thing, actuating the motor. So on to number 2. Or whatever number it is. So before we continue, there's a couple of these wee devices that I maybe haven't shown before, and they'll maybe deserve a wee bit more explanation. Some's been on the channel before, and some hasn't. So this is going to be a 3-part series. Now, this is running through very quickly a lot of stuff, but there's going to be another couple of videos coming up, a few days in between that. So turn your notifications on, make sure you subscribe and all that, you know. So, what's this? This is what is this? This is for parking sensors. This is a ultrasonic receiver. And all that is 2 wires connected onto the end of that. The bit of heat shrink is just to make that stiff and so that the connections don't get compromised. And all that is you actually buy these in pairs on our favorite marketplace again. And you see there it says T on that, so that's a transmitter one. You get a T and an R, R for receiver, T for transmitter. They're about £2, and you connect 2 wires on it, put whatever you like on the end of it, and hook that up to a scope, and you can see your parking sensor working there. Again, I've covered that before, videos on the channel pages. And oh yes, I think I got asked this one time about where I get these and what I do, right? Again, eBay, China job, very cheap, dirt cheap, like a couple of quid. And it's these wee boys here. So what I do with these is, I'll just get a wee screwdriver here. Here we are, we're back. What I do is get a wee screwdriver, screw out, and that wee thing there, throw it away, don't need it. And then I drill that out so it goes right in the whole way there, and get my wire, strip a bit off it, and use that wee screw again to just hold the wire in place, and you can put it onto the PVC insulation of your wire, so you screw that on just to hold it in place while you put that on the bench here, and just fill that hole up with solder, and then a bit of heat shrink on her, and I have a bit of green heat shrink, bit of the ordinary black stuff, and that just gives that a bit of strength there, so that the wire doesn't bend. So it's a bit of insulation on there, and and it gives the wire a bit of mechanical strength. Next up, this immediately found a fault on a Volkswagen Golf there a few videos back. Made that absolutely ages ago, like 10 years ago or something. Runs off a PP3 battery, and that is for active ABS sensors or magneto-resistive sensors, and 200 ohm resistor, and the LED is a cross resistor measuring the volt drop cross resistor. That concept I'm going to cover in the other 2 videos that are upcoming, and those 2 videos are this. So 1.1 ohm, as you can see there, and what that is a resistor. That's all that is, nothing more. This is a shunt resistor, and what do you want that for? You cry? Well, this allows you to measure. You're doing the same thing as in that wee breadboard there, and this allows you to measure across that resistor, but you're measuring the volt drop across the resistor, so you're measuring voltage in millivolts. And for long-term parasitic drains, that's probably the main use. But again, there's another couple of videos coming up, and I'm going to go into that in a bit of detail. We'll take that cover off and show you what it looks like inside it. So again, made that for the price of that box was probably the dearest bit, and then we plugs. So what I do is screw them off, and then you can crocodile clip onto there, and that is that. So that's dead handy. That is really good, if I do say so myself. Right, next. Right, just hang on a minute there, just stay there a minute. Don't go anywhere. Right, everybody has one of these. H7 bulb, couple of leads on our wee bullet connectors that we buy from China, spade and a cap off an aerosol can, brake cleaner or something, and that's all you need to do with that. If you, leads are good and long. So the good bit about these wee bullets here, guys, is, or 4mm banana jacks, they really are, is any crocodile clip, you know, pretty good connection. So that's the reason why they're on everything. And you buy them, they're pennies each. You buy them with a pack of 10 or 20 or something. So that pulls about 4.5 amps or something. There's another one, pulls about half an amp, and try and keep you in focus. Again, 6am job. That is a 501 side light bulb, 5 watts, and that wee holder bio, again on eBay with a couple of bits of rope out of it for a couple of £. So that's another load testing device, but low current in that one, as opposed to that one. So that's pretty self-explanatory, nothing really new there. Right, next one is this bio. So this has, the way I've wired this, just you can do this differently yourself. This is a BNC onto the scope, and this is a 5-volt box. So the way I've wired it inside are just so the 5-volt plus and minus, that's the output, and then the signal back in again. Signal basically goes straight through the box and down the BNC lead, and the ground of that is connected to the ground of that. So what's inside that is, this is a 5-volt regulator, £3 on eBay, something like that, some nonsense like that. And I have it done so you just wire in a PP, or wiring, you just connect in a PPT battery. The PPT battery sits in there, and that sits in there like that. So that is used with, let me see, so I've made a lead up, 3-core lead there. Again, when we bullets connectors, or what do you keep calling them bullet connectors for? They're 4mm bananas is what they are. So that connects into there, and that is a pressure transducer, and that is attached to, so you can go in line with the fuel there. So you can measure your fuel pressure on a scope, and of course you can pop that off and onto another pressure transducer for in cylinder or anything you want to measure the pressure of. So that's my wee 5-volt box. You don't need to make up a box like that. There's a wee switch on it. I've just done that. You could hook up that. But 5-volt outputs for map sensors and anything that works on 5 volts. If you want to check your signal wire and output a variable 5 volts, you probably see in other videos I've what do you call it? A power supply thing, and I can do it with that, but it's a big cumbersome thing. So for handiness, I have procured this. Now, this here is, I think it was about 20 quid, and all that is it outputs, actually this one outputs up to 10 volts, and you can adjust the voltage and you can adjust the current output. So it goes up to 22 milliamps and DC, not to 10 volts, and you can actually set it so you can actually put a frequency output on it as well. So it's a bit of a signal generator, but it's voltage and current signal generator, and again, dirt cheap. This one here, you can buy these in 2 forms. I only use it for voltage, by the way. You can buy these in 2 forms where you connect your own battery to it. But this one here is 1,000. Let me see. I'll just get you in. Let's see if I can get you in here. The focus. Oh, a second. There we go. Not the 10 volts DC, not the 22 milliamps. Maybe that bright one, and that's their. I bought that on AliExpress, by the way, and there's a model number there. As I say, it's an internal battery, and you can charge that with a USB, and you just flicker on, and it's good to go. Battery light green means good, and you can adjust the voltage. And what you can actually do with this, and I'll maybe throw a few voltmeters up here. What you can actually do is you can actually calibrate this. So whenever I turn that on there, so all that comes up. Okay, you can see that 1.41 volts. That's outputting, and you can set it so it goes up in larger increments. But that's the default setting there, where it just goes up in the milliamps there. And what you can do then is you can sort of you can calibrate that output very, very finely. And what you can do then is you can use that to see if your voltmeters are measuring correctly. So what I did with a few voltmeters was took a sort of an average across it, and I maybe set up a few voltmeters, and that's reflecting there like mad, isn't it? I'll maybe set a few voltmeters up, and you can I'll see what I'm talking about. So there's your 5 volts. So if you connect that up to a map sensor, they're not shortening. Connect that up to the signal output of a map sensor or any sort of 3-wire sensor with 5 volt output. You can watch it there on your serial data, and it's fine tune voltage output, and that's what I was looking for, and this is the one I came across. So that was about £20. You can buy cheaper ones with, but you supply your own, or you need to use your own battery. This is battery in. I think it's 1,000. Does it say it there? 1,000 milliampere hour, 3.7 battery, rechargeable, is inside it. So there's a couple of voltmeters for you, and what are we outputting there? Doesn't show up very well on the camera here. 1.43. So another up. 1.48. So we can see there's wee bits of discrepancy there. Not very much, but I've deliberately calibrated that so it's sort of taken a bit of an average across all these meters. So I have another meter here, which is supposed to be, it's the only one that I have that it's actually pat tested, and it's a good brand meter, pretty expensive. It's industrial use sort of thing, and it's tested for accuracy. And what am I seeing there? If I put it on the right scale, DC, I'm getting 1.478 on this one. You couldn't see that. So I know it's out of shot there. 1.478. I don't. Maybe just. You can't see that, can you? A little bit. Oh, okay. And I'll do that again for you. 1.478, 1.83, 1.479 on the Vantage, 1.482 on that, and if we screw her up a wee bit, which I'll try to do with my pinky here, you can see there's 1.5 volts, 1.497 on the Mega Evo there. We hand tech 15.03, 14.98 and 15.02 on that wee cheap meter over to the left. So I have actually adjusted this. You can sort of program it. It's not really programming, but you can actually go into the settings and adjust that. So I've made it so that it was more or less correct. And there is a connection gone, I think. On that one. A second. Yeah, there we go. No, it's not. What's happened? Yeah, there we are. So, too many cracker clips going on there. So, anywho, there's it gone again. Right, I think that's it. So, there's a part 2 and a part 3 coming up. But they're all going to be, the other ones are going to be on this, concentrating on this alone, and a couple of uses for this. And it's to give inspiration, it's to give you a few ideas. I made this stuff over the years, for buttons really, and when you see something and you think of a solution, and this the main point of this thing here is a long-term parasitic jaw. You measure on a scope with a very, very long time base. And the reason why you might want to do that is because these current clamps switch off, just like all these voltmeters are going to switch off in about 10 minutes. So that's the idea of that. But there's a couple of other uses for it. Very, very low resistance is what you're after. And if you can get good quality, resistors with a low tolerance, which I haven't got in this because it's not the most accurate, but it doesn't really matter in my opinion, because you're just looking for a number, and a good high readable number, and that's what this thing does. So that's a thing that I haven't shown that before on the channel, and that's why I did two additional videos for it in addition to this. But there's a few things there anyway. All that stuff there, made for that's probably the most expensive tool there, which is £20. So anyway, I've waffled on for enough. Hope you enjoyed that. As ever, have to take all this down, put all these leads away. So yeah, all right. Thanks for watching. As ever, hope it gives you inspiration, maybe a few ideas. You don't have to go out and buy these hundreds and hundreds of pound tools. You can if you want, of course, because they're very good and they do everything and all that. But if you know what you're at, you can substitute things, and you can certainly be innovative, and that's what I'm trying to get across and show you here. So anyway, once again, thanks for watching as ever, and all the best, and bye bye.